I had totally taken a nap because you said you weren't available till 5 or after. It's like, okay, I'll take a nap. You won't be ready. Boom. I was running around trying to get everything set.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely co host, Aaron.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are continuing our journey towards Beyond Salem by covering some of the online offshoots that were on the Dual app. And today's topic is going to be The Last Class Reunion, which came out in November of 2019. And so let's get into it.
I feel like that one was just mainly to just tease us, Philip and Chloe,
Oh my God.
because they did a lot of teasing. It was like, here's Philip and Chloe. You're not going to get the real thing.
Yeah. Well, I remember when they were promoting it, they kept putting like a smiley face emoji over his face because it was supposed to be like a surprise. Like,
Oh, I remember when they did that.
but everybody was like, oh my god, it's Philip.
I wonder this isn't important, but I wonder what he'd look like with short hair. I don't know that I like the part down the middle.
He's had shorter hair on the show before.
Well, he needs to go back to it. I need to see how it looks.
No, because whenever he gets a haircut, he leaves the show.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Don't get a haircut. Leave it alone.
Especially whenever it goes short, he ends up leaving the show.
What if he doesn't like
it? Might be a crazy coincidence, but I've always said this and I've stuck by it. The minute he cuts his hair, I'm like, he's leaving.
Oh man, maybe he cuts it and then watches an episode. Is like, oh nope, gotta wait till it grows out. Don't like it. Just playing. That would be something I would probably do.
Because he cut it in 2002. It was still, I don't know, he had like the spiky like bang thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left. And then he cut it again in 2011. Similar cut, less spiky, and then he left.
However, the earlier 2000 ones, when he left, he went to do other shows.
Yes.
Because, he was on North Shore.
Mm-hmm. Which we will be watching.
Oh, has my Shannon Doherty on it. It's like Sarah Michelle Gellar, Shannon Doherty. No.
Okay, go back. We're last.
It's becoming my fault now all the time.
You go off track real fast.
Yeah. Last class. Okay.
So you were watching the show back when all these characters were on, right?
Oh yes.
Originally were on?
Yes. Ghoul Girl.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were the reason why I started watching.
I remember watching it back then, and like they all called her Ghoul Girl, and I was just like, she is fucking beautiful. Where are you getting Ghoul Girl? Just because she wears black?
She kind of leaned into it with the goth look.
I guess. I was still like, she still was beautiful back then. Yeah. Nadia is just, you want to hate her because she's so beautiful, but you can't because you love her.
Side note, I loved how short her hair was.
Oh,
like she's growing it out a little bit more, and I'm like, can you go back to the short? I really like that. Thanks.
I hope Days realize what they have when it comes to her. I just love her.
I think they do. She's a team player. She always comes back. They thankfully never killed her off.
Well, that don't mean nothing. Look how many times Jack Devereaux's been killed. His organs have been given away multiple times. He's fallen down.
I mean, Philip's supposed to be missing a leg.
He sometimes kind of
does he?
Every once in a while, I'll see him doing it.
I know he was doing it the first few years he came back. The second time he came back to the show, but I feel like they just stopped talking about it.
Yeah, they don't talk about him being a war vet.
It just magically grew back.
Yeah. It was just like Johnny's eye.
happened with Johnny's eye?
He had like some kind of cancer, and they had to remove it.
Hmm. And now, well, we don't know. It could be a fake eye. They make them very realistic looking.
It's possessed. That's the possession storyline. But last class,
I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about them recasting Kevin and Mimi.
okay,
But
I couldn't remember if that Kevin was recast.
he was.
Okay, I did like how they did it. They just played those old flashbacks. Like, you know, we don't care that these characters have pretty much all been recast.
Mm-hmm.
Roll that footage.
I love that too. I feel like they should just do that always, even on the regular show. Like, fuck it.
Yeah,
it's
just
the same characters. We know what we're looking at. Like,
I mean, I think fans would love that just because one, it get that nostalgia feel. Like seeing that Belle and that Sean, just I was like, oh my gosh, I remember loving those two characters so much. I mean, I still love the Belle and Sean now. I love the actress and actor that plays them, but it's still nice seeing our OG.
I've always felt like Martha and Kirsten Storms looked very similar.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I could kind of squint and pretend like they're the same person. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's Belle. That's the same girl.
It's her.
Yeah. But even with Mimi, like with the recast Mimi, they were showing Farrah Fawcett in the flashbacks, and I'm like, I'm cool with this.
Yeah, I was kind of like I got both. I got the best of both worlds. I got Mimi still with the Last Blast crew, even though it wasn't Mimi, but I got her in flashback form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they showed the other Susan, didn't they? And the dancing scenes.
I think so. And
did they show the other Kevin too?
Yes, and the original Jan.
It's like I just feel like we can never get every single person together for the reunions. Like the last one, Mimi wasn't there, but we got like Kevin and the other Susan. And do you remember Penny? She was like a side character, little redhead. She was such a she wasn't even a thing. She literally was just somebody like I talked to in the hallway, and she came back for the reunion.
So yeah, I don't remember her.
If you saw her, you might be like, oh, I recognize her. Do you remember Cynthia?
No.
She was like obsessed. She had a crush on Philip. She went on a date with him, brought him back to her place, videotaped it, and like showed it to Chloe, and Chloe and Philip broke up over it.
Man, I missed a lot, I guess, back then.
She was a bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of like the Jan while Jan was pregnant. Do you remember when Jan was pregnant?
I remember when Jan was pregnant and was trying to pass it off to Sean's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. That was 99, 2000, so I didn't get to watch.
The time that I'm talking about is like 2002.
Okay, you have to remember it was 2002, 2003, and
You mean you weren't running home to watch it every day like I was?
It was over by 1:30 for me.
You weren't recording it?
No.
Oh, I was. I was already starting to have like a collection of like VHS tapes.
I haven't gotten to that obsession yet.
And then I was like, all right, I'm running out of room. So I started like clipping them. And then we got DVDs. So.
Now we're streaming.
But yeah, the flashbacks were great. I wish the main show would do that. It was good to see Nancy and Craig.
Oh, yes. Did you watch the bloopers after the end of the first episode? Yeah. I love when she had like this apple on her knife and she's just and he just like just laughs like crazy.
I think this may have been after Forever for Kevin. Or during After Forever. He was a little flighty in this. Like he just couldn't focus on anything.
He was like us after he filmed it. He was just too distraught to do anything. Took too much out of them.
But so when I originally saw this and they killed Chloe, I was like, this isn't real. No. Because I was like, they said that nothing that goes on in the show can affect the real show. So this isn't real, right? Right? I was like looking for validation online.
I remember when I first was watching it too, and they started killing. I was like, wait, we went there? I was like, surely not. And then as they killed other, like, I think, who was the second kill?
Kevin, I was like, all right.
Oh, yeah. I was like, side characters. I was like, psh, all right, who cares? They don't affect the overall anything. But when, Belle and Philip and Chloe and Mimi, where I was like, this is fake.
Well, Chloe was the second kill. So that's why I was like panicking. It was really pretty though, like the ending with the rose and the snow. That got me in my feelings. I was like, no, she can't be dead. I don't accept this.
This is not how I have wrote this in my head.
You don't kill off a long-term character like this on a web series.
That's not the final send-off they get. No. Rewrite.
But then, who's next? Belle?
I want to say, yeah.
No, it was Philip and Jason.
Okay. Well, I thought it was still like very interesting, like how they did it, and you're like, okay, you knew it was going to be Jan, just because one, it was revolving around Sean.
I want to say I didn't think it was Jan, but once I knew Heather Lindell was coming back, I was like,
I was pretty sure it was Jan. I just didn't know how. I was like, oh, is it just all going to be a dream? Or like, is this part of her coma land? Or
it never crossed my mind that it would be a dream.
Really?
I don't know what I thought. I think I was just like, what are they going to do? Like, how are they going to explain this? Like, I didn't even have any theories because I was just so distraught that Chloe was dead.
That was all. The next episode comes out, and all you're just like,
I was like, fix it, Ron. Fix it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And they all just swap spit. Like Philip and Belle, even though that was fake, that was part of the script, right? Because Chloe was already dead. Yeah. Belle can't help it whenever Philip's around, though.
I know that
she
little
gets a fire in her undies.
That little square plus Chloe. This did make me wish they would bring Mimi back. Just the like, I miss the character of Mimi.
I do too. I'm kind of sad that Claire left the main show, but I'm hoping that if Belle and Sean are sticking around, then maybe they'll get their own story that doesn't revolve around Claire then.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
And hopefully it's not a she's pregnant and have a baby.
I'm so over babies. Can we not do that story anymore?
I know. I feel you. That's what I'm saying. Because she'll have that baby tomorrow, and next year it'll be
in college.
Exactly. Drinking. You'll be going, whoa, that was very fast sober.
I don't know why nobody has brought on Chloe's sister, Joy.
I forget she has a sister.
They even mentioned her on the web on this.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Oh, Park is with his Aunt Joy." So is Joy an adult?
I guess. The other day on Days, Holly was answering the door as Nicole was crying in her bedroom. It's like, oh, Holly's old enough to just be letting random people into the house. Okay.
In our years, well, they also had a time jump. Holly should be around 4, I think. But Joy was born in 2002, so she's like 19.
That's true.
Without fluorescing.
which means she's actually technically in her 30s now.
Yeah. But she would be perfect because we had just talked about this yesterday for that younger set because she's not really related to anybody.
That's true. That would be a good one to come in.
She could be with Johnny if the
Ooh.
Chanel Johnny thing doesn't work out and Chanel ends up with Allie. Like,
Yeah, because I don't feel like we've had a good love triangle in a long time.
okay, my favorite in my head storyline is that Tyler Kariakis comes back. That was Pocket, the baby that Mimi and Philip have that he gave up for adoption. Comes back to town, but his name isn't Tyler. It's like something different. So we don't know who he is. Looking for his birth father. And then he gets involved with Joy, and Chloe doesn't want Joy hanging around him because he's a bad boy. And we find out that it's Philip's son, and it's like this whole like
Ooh, I
love
like
story.
it.
Joy Wesley and Tyler Kariakis.
Ooh, and then it's good too because Mimi and Chloe don't really get along. So there's that. Ooh, I like to see. Ooh, they need to hire us as writers. We're coming with some good stuff.
I must have tweeted this storyline like 10 times over the years. I want it to happen.
And they're not listening.
Because I saw somebody say now would be a good time to bring back Tyler, and that whole storyline kicked up in my head again.
I thought they knew who they gave him up to adoption.
Did they? I don't remember. I know that Steve and Kayla were trying to adopt him at one point.
I remember that.
And then that's when Philip was like, "No, that's my son. I want him." And then
It's like if I can have them, no one's getting them unless you're a stranger. Now that would be. I'd like to see that.
Bring back Stephanie too. I like Stephanie. I don't know if the original actress will come back because she does primetime stuff.
I kind of wish they would have gave the first one a little bit more of a chance. I like the redhead.
She wasn't on long. She was only on for like a month or two.
Yeah, she wasn't on long at all.
That's when Stephanie was a race car driver. Everybody was a race car driver. EJ was a race car driver.
Oh my God, I forgot EJ was a race car driver. Mm-hmm. He's a race car driver, a lawyer. He runs a multi-billion-dollar company.
I think that's what he like, because his original name was EJ Wells, and I think he was supposed to be like a well-known race car driver when he first came to Salem.
Oh my, I totally forgot about that. I remember his entrance, but Tal.
Somebody mentioned on Twitter the other day, "Oh, EJ is a lawyer," and I was like, "Oh yeah, he is."
It's sad when people can just be like, "Oh, I forgot EJ's a lawyer." You're like, "That's right."
I'm like, but it's been a really long time since I've seen him practice law.
If Belle wasn't practicing law all the time, I would be like, "Oh, she's a lawyer."
I saw a spoiler that EJ is going to be reaching out to Nicole next week. So I'm like, okay, give it to us. But anyway, back to The Last Blast.
Yeah.
I
will say it hit all the right feels for me. Seeing like it had the exciting feel of, oh my gosh, they're killing people. What's going to happen? Then of course, they bring back my love, Jan.
It was also nice, but because I'm not going to hate on Brady, even though I prefer Philip and Chloe.
Oh, Brady wasn't there. Yeah.
Brady wasn't there. And rightfully so, because he was not in high school with them. He was just like hanging around them all the time. Like people always try to lump him into that group, and he's not a part of it.
Well, did you see the spoiler about, I think, Chloe and Brady? Something's going to happen between Philip and Chloe, and it's not good for us Chloe Philip fans.
No, I know. Brady and Chloe are going to end up together. I know it. It's written on the wall already. Will they stay together? That's a different story.
It's all because Kristen DiMera scribbled on her face. Remember? Yeah, Kristen took that picture, and that was the picture. Like, I can't believe she would do that. I'm just like,
yeah, that was the reason why Ray
yeah.
left. That was the reason.
So that's the reason they're together. It's Kristen DeMere's fault. She scribbled on Chloe's face.
Not because she raped his brother, locked his stepmother in a secret room for months.
Pretended to be carrying his father's baby.
What else did she do?
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if John and Kristen actually had a baby and then Kristen and Brady had a baby? Like that's some soap opera shit.
Yeah. But
sorry, I think about things like that.
That just makes me think about Sammy like burping baby EJ.
I love when I remember things like that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is what could have happened, you know. There was a blooper at the end of it where someone made a joke about that cake. It's like, oh, this cake was supposed to be enough for all of us. Because it's like the littlest cake.
In the bloopers?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
No, it was fun. Someone made a joke about the cake being small.
I have watched the bloopers, but I didn't watch them this time because I was like, oh, I know bloopers.
I love a good blooper.
I hope Jan comes back again. I know that she's been back to the show since this, but I don't know. I just feel like on the regular show, they never really talk about what happened in this. She just like came back and she was out of her coma. Did Sammy bring her back?
Yes, to testify against Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy just really hates Nicole. It's like,
but it's like their hatred for each other is like the one time we get to see like the versions of them that we love.
Yeah, it's just it's always so interesting with Sammy. She hates Nicole so much. She doesn't care if she ruins her sister's, brothers, whoever's life, as long as she ruins Nicole.
That's because Sammy gets tunnel vision and she doesn't think about
all she sees is destruction. She's like the Terminator. Destroy Nicole. And that's all she sees. I'm already finding out I can't wait to see who kidnapped her. I really hope it's not EJ, but I have a feeling it's DeMere somehow.
I think it's EJ. I don't know.
I'm sure it is, but I'm hoping it's not. Ooh, what if Johnny kidnapped her? And that's why I don't know. Why does any DeMere do anything?
Maybe Sammy will be the one that gets possessed.
Could you imagine? I mean, how would we know the difference? No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like the jokes they could get from that. Oh, Sammy's possessed? Has she been like that her whole life? No.
It needs to be somebody that's like a good character. It has to be like Sierra. Because now that she has her memory back, they need another reason to keep them apart.
Well, and she's not back full time. Like she's only back for a little bit, so I don't know when she's leaving again.
Oh, she's not on contract?
I don't think so. I think she's one of those. Yeah.
Somebody tweeted that we haven't seen Victor in 6 months.
Oh, we haven't.
My heart.
We haven't seen Maggie either, so maybe that's why.
I'm good with that.
I love how the show's built around the Hortons, but that's kind of all the characters we kind of despise at this point.
She's not even really a Horton. She's a Horton by marriage.
Well, that's true.
Julie's the only like real Horton that's still on the show.
And can't stand her.
She makes me laugh though. She just overacts sometimes.
I think it's just because I love Xander now, and she's always just giving it to Xander. I'm just like, leave him alone, Julie. He is misunderstood. He misses Sarah.
Xander is just like the punching bag. He takes the fall for everything.
Yes, and I didn't know I'd have such strong feelings for Xander. I don't know what happens. Like one day a light switch came on. It's like, ooh, Xander, you're my fave.
So I know I had said this to you before, but the set for .com is the same set for Julie's place on.
All we did was hang up a sign that said .com.
And Belle was like, "Oh, is that the place we used? Isn't the name of the place we used to hang out?" I'm like, "You spend every day there. You know that's the place you used to hang out at. Don't play dumb, Belle." I love .com.
Oh, back when the internet was fresh and exciting.
Yeah, fucking cyber cafes.
.com.
They used to play video games. That's where they played that video game tournament, and the loser had to take Ghoul Girl to the last blast. I remember.
Oh,
that's when I started watching because I'm like, what's going on there?
oh.
I recognized Belle from Kirsten Storms from Xenon.
Xena.
So I was like, oh, what's this show she's on?
Oh no, it was Xena. Sorry,
from Disney.
Yeah, I love those movies.
And then I was like, why are they making fun of this girl? Because she's dressed in black.
And that was really, they put her in black and put on glasses and they crimped her hair. That's how they made her Ghoul Girl. It's like, no, what can we do? Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll crimp her hair. That'll make her ugly. Okay, yeah. Oh, wait, now here's some glasses too, and not just glasses, like 50s, like those kind of odd shaped glasses.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the look.
They also there was makeup on her back then, but it was like a very like a beige, almost nude color. I guess to make her look pale. I don't know.
She has a way though, even when they're trying to make her ugly, she's still beautiful. With a scar down her face.
Yeah, right. It's the blue eyes.
It was like, girl, you still look good. And then Nicole infects it with like some kind of weird
flesh-eating virus. Yeah. And now they're best friends.
Yeah, they're now their best friend. It made her face clearly more beautiful.
Which, don't get me wrong, I love Nick Chloe. That's my ship name for them, Nick Chloe. I love their friendship, but I don't think they're actually best friends. They don't tell each other anything. Whenever they have something big and like dramatic going on, they don't tell each other till it like explodes.
Yeah, they always tell the worst person possible.
I mean, Chloe did kind of try and like help out with the whole Nicole sleeping with Xander thing. Like, she stepped in and was kind of like, made up a lie. So I was like, all right, Chloe, I see you. But I feel like they're trying to push this whole Ava and Nicole are best friends thing, and like Nicole and Chloe never have scenes together.
Well, I think because they're working to turn Ava evil again.
Good.
Like crazy evil, because when she sees Rafe and Nicole, I was like, oh, is a legacy character about to die? Is the next Grandpa Sean about to die? Because when Ava's when she crazy, she crazy.
Oh right, I forgot she was responsible for that. Nobody talks about that.
No, because she killed Grandpa Sean.
I know, and nobody talks about it.
I know. I haven't forgotten. I'm like probably the one character.
Take to Twitter. Maybe people need to be reminded.
I will hold a grudge. I still am upset with EJ with the. I don't even like to discuss it because I have Grandpa Sean. I still think Carly was done wrong. And then I still haven't forgiven, as much as I love them. Daniel Jonas will never be forgiven. The only good thing to come out of that is when I say his name, it makes your face do that really funny thing.
Why? Why? You know I don't like it. Stop.
But the face is funny for me.
Glad you're having a great time.
Okay. No more DJ talk. But yeah, so Grandpa Sean, rest in peace. You shouldn't have died that soon.
Yeah. You know that the actors, Caroline and the actor that played Grandpa, Frank Parker, that they died like really close to each other, like within a month, I think.
I remember when Grandma Caroline. I remember when she died in real life. But I didn't remember Grandpa Sean. They didn't give much, I think they did a little. Oh no, that was actually in the show when he died.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking they did a little like send off on the show, but I was like, wait, no, they already did that on the show when they fake killed him off.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was wanting to leave or something. Maybe retire.
I don't know.
That's way off topic.
I remember that storyline because they went to Ireland to find his sister, who was John's mother.
Well, that at that point in time, yes.
Yeah.
I think we have rewritten that.
Yeah, because they wanted to make Teresa and Brady a thing. That's the only reason why they changed it again.
Well, and to make EJ and Sammy a thing. Oh, wait, no. Wait, yeah. Damn it. I hate when Days does that. It makes me have to really, really think. That family tree is so.
You have to remember who's half, who's blood related, who's
yes.
not.
And then you have to remember which point of time John Black was which family. Remember?
I know. They should have just kept him an Alameen.
I think they should have too. They should have just stuck with it. I think his was the easiest thing. It's like, oh, we need a fun and exciting storyline. Let's change John's history.
The amount of things he's done in his past is like he doesn't have enough time in this man's life to have done everything he's done. He went to like spy school. He was a priest. Well,
in Days' world, he can become a priest like that.
He showed up at like the age of 26 on Days. Like, how do you have time to do all this?
Was he? I thought he was a little bit older than that.
He was close to 30.
Oh,
maybe he was 30.
Maybe it's because I'm 30 now that it just seems like they were so much older back then. Like,
I know. Whenever I'm watching older episodes, I'm like, how old were they then? And then I'm like, ooh, I'm almost as old as they were.
I know. And then it makes you go think about the person. You're like, what have I accomplished? I'm sitting at home still watching a soap opera that aired 30 years ago.
Well, now you have a podcast talking about it.
Yeah, I have a podcast talking about soap operas that aired 30 years ago. Full circle, I guess.
Once again, I did love the exterior shot.
That is fun. I don't know. They should do that more. I'm with you on that. Do that a little more often. Like, especially since they can't give us this massive set or anything. Give us the illusion like they're in this big location, but just one little part.
There was a time where they used to show like an exterior shot of like the DiMera mansion. I don't know why they stopped doing that.
Oh, I remember when they did in the Kiriakis mansion.
Like, just get that old footage out and just show that.
Because they just change rooms in the house, not house location.
Or they just change the side of the room that the desk is on to make the same office somebody else's office.
I miss the original. I still miss the original DiMera house, like from the 90s.
I do too. I like this one.
I like this one too, but I still do miss the Kiriakis mansion though. Oh, I really miss that.
The foyer is still the same though, with this the stairwell is. That
Yeah,
seems
but it used to be a little
similar.
bit bigger. I remember it used to be darker too. Um,
And that little like you walk into the door and then like right before the stairs, that little space. Sometimes there's like a door or a room or whatever. I feel like that space has gotten larger and smaller throughout the years. Like they add rooms, they take them away.
Look at us talking about sets
Um,
again.
they're important.
We should do a whole
And
soapbox.
Nicole's mother died falling down those stairs by fake grave. R.I.P. Guy. I loved her.
Oh, I remember.
I was mad as hell when she died. I was like, they brought her back to kill her.
Well, that's like Laura. They pretty much brought her back to kill her too.
Laura who?
Horton, Jennifer's mom.
Oh. Oh, how did she die?
Didn't she fall downstairs too?
Did she? Maybe that's why I'm having deja vu. I didn't watch her die, but I read that she basically came back to die.
I didn't watch her die either, but I remember,
Didn't she come back, reveal knowing about Gwen, and then she
Yes.
died?
Yes, as Jack's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I applaud all these characters who can, even though it's fake, keep secrets for like 30 years. I can't keep a secret for 20 minutes, it seems.
No, don't tell Aaron any secrets.
Well, not like that, like Christmas shopping for sure. It's like, I just want to give it to John. I'll buy it. And then I'm like, here, enjoy. He's like, what's this? I was like, what's a Christmas present? Mom, I'll buy you a new one.
I get like that sometimes. Sometimes if it's like the day before, I'm like, you just open one. I'm like, and Greg's like, okay. Or he'll tell me no, and I'm like, why do you hate me?
John can keep a secret now.
Greg hates like birthdays and holidays because he's like a really bad gift giver. So he always feels all this pressure. And I'm like, just like be creative. Like it doesn't have to be expensive. You're an artist. Do something.
Or be like, here is the first season of Days of Our Lives. You'll be in heaven.
He literally one time took me to the mall and was just like, get whatever you want. And I was like, I can get used to this.
Okay, well, since we went off topic, is there any other final comments about, which I know it's my fault again, Last Blast reunion?
Thought it was great. Sad that it was the last digital series that they did for the app. It's been 2 years, so it doesn't look good. But excited that now we're getting a streaming series, Beyond Salem, so hopefully that means we're headed in the right direction.
Hopefully so.
And yeah, so compared to chapter 1 of Chad and Abby, you like this one better?
Oh, much better.
I feel like there was a lot more going on because there was more happening.
And it's characters I really, really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Chad and Abby, I'm just meh. I mean, to me, that pair, the one in Paris, got more exciting when Austin showed up. It's like, okay, you got my attention. Austin's here. Can't help it. I was an Austin Peck fan.
I saw a poll today that was like, do you want Austin and Carrie to come back to the main show full time? And I clicked no. Don't hate me. But 75% of the people said no. So I was like, okay, I feel better. Because what storylines do they have? Their whole storyline was Sammy trying to steal Austin from Carrie or being with Austin and keeping them apart. And then
that's where the writers need to get creative and give them a fucking storyline.
It's been 30 years. That's the only storyline they've ever had. Or that when she cheated on him with Mike.
Oh,
that's it. That's their story.
I don't like talking about that time.
Why? You don't like Mike?
I didn't like Carrie and Mike together.
Oh.
I think it was little kid Aaron was just like, he stole Carrie from Austin.
I guess
Down with Mike.
I just watched that a couple of years ago, and I was just like, I'm not mad at it. I was just kind of like, I didn't care either way, but I was just like, all right, I see it. I get why people like them.
I don't.
I like seeing Carrie, but I'm just like, I'm not a hardcore fan of hers, so. But I like it when she visits.
I really like that actress, Kristen Clark.
She was in the Nightmare on Elm Street movie that I just watched recently.
Really?
Like the second one, yeah. She plays like the little sister. I was like, that's Christy Clark. And she was like 10 years old.
Oh, well, that's not, yeah.
But then I remembered that I had read that, and I was like,
What was
there
her
she
part
is.
in the movie? She cried or something? I mean,
No, she was like the main guy's sister, little sister.
oh.
So yeah, she cried a lot. Or screamed.
Oh.
But all right, guys, thanks for joining us for all of our tangents.
Cut me off.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna be like, that's one thing about Carrie. She's been a part of the show for a very long time.
Yes.
So she could almost be a character that just let her open a business where they come and just talk to her. Let her be a little side character, just something to.
Isn't she a lawyer also?
Oh, I think so. They just
Belle's a
hand out,
lawyer, and I remember when she was going to nursing school. So
they just hand out law degrees in Salem. You get a law degree. You get a law degree. Oh wait, how long were you gone? You get a law degree. That's enough to, you know.
they should do something to honor Mickey, like open up or work for like the Mickey Horton law firm or something.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah. This is like a little nod to history. But
Okay.
all right, now are you done?
Now you can do the outro.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there for all of our tangents.
You know you love it.
And next time we're going to be talking about chapter 2 of Chad and Abby in Paris. I have not seen this one at all, so it's going to be completely new for me.
Completely brand new for me too.
Before we go, I think the general consensus between us is that it's Tony at the door.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, so let's see if we're right.
I'm gonna say it's Tony.
All right, me too. All right, check us out next time, guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.